Anybody have any questions?
So I don't know, sorry.
Good.
I just don't know if you also wanted to announce that this is all going to go live tomorrow, right? The accountability system, and so the star ratings, just so people are, because you just got through that presentation, right? That's going to be all over press releases and everything else tomorrow.
Right. We're going to have a release tomorrow. So Ryan has taken the RIDEcast and all the accountability data and revamped the school report card rating system. So it's now on a 5-star system, and schools and districts, schools are rated on 5 stars. We have a preview of our results. Tomorrow it all goes live, and I will be sending something out to parents, the teachers, and yourselves to show where we are in this new report card accounting system and where it's telling us that we need to make improvements. I can say we've done very well, but I'm under embargo. I can't tell you how well.
Anyone else? Superintendent, facilities update, my favorite.
Just before I get to the regular reports, the standing ones, I just want to give a big thank you to Adam Stanley and the technology department. They've opened up a very good connection with Electric Hope. Last year, we had some donations from EB, and last week they went down and they picked up another batch of donations, which was 120 laptops. All pretty high-end Dell laptops, a lot of memory, good processing speed. The first group of them we're going to refit and use for our engineering program at the high school. And they also picked up 30 desktops in the process, so altogether 150 computers donated from Electric Boat. I also want to acknowledge and thank our maintenance department. And I posted on Facebook a couple of days ago what NSCS is looking. And if you haven't seen it on Facebook, they've been painting. In fact, some of them went in this weekend and painted that orange corridor that you see. So NSCS is being transformed from a sort of a peachy beige kind of institutional sort of building into an elementary school. So there's an orange corridor, there's going to be a blue corridor, there's a green corridor, and there's going to be a purple corridor. So there's other things that they're putting in place along the corridors will be stencils. There's going to be a number line going along one. So as the students are walking back and forth between lunch, they have a number line. They have sight words down in the kindergarten wing. So they will be in the hallway, on the walls, all the sight words that a kindergartner needs. And so there's just going to be these touches that are being rolled out through the elementary school. And over at the high school, there was a much needed section that was renovated by the gymnasium. That had, the before picture had cracked walls, they had missing tiles, and so they went through, they repaired everything, they put in new ceiling tiles, new high efficiency LED lighting, replaced the tiles, painted, and the whole thing looks very clean and new. And what I want to stress is that we're doing all this work in-house with in-house staff. So just for the cost of materials. Just a couple of years ago, this would have been something that we may have gone out to a separate company, got prices for it. It would have come in at maybe $50,000, $60,000, $100,000, and it would have been too expensive to related pages. James Lombardi, political organization. Very nice.
Good job, Super.
You're welcome. So, but this is the type of work that the facilities department is now doing routinely in-house on a daily basis.
If I could just say,
Yes.
I was at the high school yesterday and I hadn't been here for a long time. What a difference. It is absolutely beautiful. And the fact that we're doing it all ourselves is just beyond belief. So thank you very, very much because it just looks like a different building, a new building.
Some makes the people that work over
Well,
there,
they've done a wonderful
buying
job.
it, they work every day, they're excited about the project, and then
Well, I'm sure you had something to do with it
All right, so the next piece as an update for the facilities, the elementary addition is on schedule. I have a bullet list, I believe I gave you a copy of that, so I'm going to keep bringing that back and forth. The first couple of items are basically saying that the site has been assessed and it can handle the addition, it can handle the additional students, whether it's the ground upon which the addition is going to go and the septic system to receive the wastewater. Everything is in spec. There's nothing delaying it, nothing holding it back, no hidden work we have to do to prepare the grounds. The schematic design has been submitted to RIDE and is just waiting for approval. Actually, there's just a couple of things waiting for RIDE approval. We don't anticipate any issues with it, and so we're ready to basically anticipating in January going out to bid. And in March, the construction will begin, and the addition will be ready prior to the start of the next school year. So everything is on track at this point. The budget is looking good. So in fact, I gave you a number last year, last meeting, and it was about $3 million, $3.2 million. And that's with all the contingencies in effect that we expect it to come in lower than that. So, making good progress. But we needed to get the final numbers on NSES in order to inform how we're going to proceed with these science labs. Because the science labs, there simply is not enough money to do everything exactly clean, new, fresh, just got and replaced in state of the art. So we've had to make compromises. We're at the stage now where on number 3 on your list is a revised concept design with budget estimates. The budget estimate we're looking at right now for the science labs is $2.7 million. Now, we do have $2 million put aside in the fund balance that we're applying towards the science lab. There will be funds that will come from the NSCS part of the bond that can also apply to the science labs. So we're looking at a multi-phase project that will take care of our needs today as well as leaving a placeholder for tomorrow as additional monies come in or as we develop other plans for the high school. So in this map, the green section here, that is the second floor right above the current science lab. So the current science lab's across from the library. This is just above it. These are larger rooms than what we have available on the first floor. This room over here on the right-hand side is actually 2 classrooms. There is a drywall separation between them. There are 2 English classes in there right now. The plan is to relocate those English classes, get them out of there in a different part of the building. This next room, big room to it, next to it, is the current art room. We're going to move the art room as well as the 2 English rooms to make way for the renovations to happen on that second floor. These will be 2 brand new state-of-the-art science labs. New casework, new equipment, new everything, the way it should all be done. So what's going to happen is that over on the first floor, in this wing here, that's going to be the site of the new art room. What's in there right now is a foreign language lab, which quite frankly is probably, was pretty state-of-the-art back in 1970, maybe pushing the 80s, not so much today. So we're closing that out. And there is also a smaller room next to it. We're going to combine the 2 rooms and make it a large art space, art studio. That will allow the work to start on the second floor this summer. So we have to wait till the summer. However, the art room can start now. That can start soon. We have to get that art room set to move this art room over. So we're going to start some of the construction next semester, but the actual science labs will start over the summer. But we need to make space for it. We need to create swing space. The current science labs down here, these 3 orange rooms, they're going to remain as they are, but they're going to be updated, renovated. They're going to get new ceilings, new lights, updated floors. We're going to look at replacing the cabinetry in place. It won't necessarily be a full empty everything out and build it state of the art. It will be taking the best of what's there and improve it. And we have to do that for cost standpoint. These purple rooms over here, which are current science labs, they are all going to be renovated and returned back to a very nice classroom space. So in this project, we will have 5 primary science labs, plus this STEM lab up here in the corner. That room has already been renovated not too long ago. It's in pretty good shape. We're going to leave that as is, as a science lab. We're going to create a brand new art room, and then we're going to recoup these classrooms. So we're actually going to get everything that's required in the bond. We're getting updated science labs, but in the process of which we're going to have some other improvements along the way.
Are those green science labs that are going to start this spring going to be, well, maybe during the summer? Will they be ready for the fall?
Probably not fully.
What all depends, it could be very late fall, maybe like Christmas, it all depends on how fast we can move.
Assuming that everything goes according to plan with the time frame, and that the elementary edition is done in August, how does that affect the closing enrollment of the students?
Oh, that we don't see any impact on it. So it will be ready in time, and we will be closing Howell. And in fact, once school ends, I would hope that we have some sort of ceremony recognizing the building and the history of the place.
I think we should, but I want to make sure that we don't do that ceremony and then in September we'll
No, and at that point, we're going to start moving the furniture out and closing it down.
All right, so you're going to start the green renovations, like get right in school hands.
Yes.
What about the other class? Are you going to do the other classrooms simultaneously?
So while the green is being done, we need to open up the orange. Oops. That's the rooms below it.
Right.
We need to open up the ceilings, and so those rooms will be done started in the summer. Now, those renovations aren't as great as the rooms above, so we can make a dent in it over the summer, but there may be some things that will follow afterwards. So.
The orange classroom, we have to go in there and demo the ceilings, get to the plumbing for the second floor.
Yep.
So that'll be rebuilt by September. Those will be basically done by September.
Okay,
The
great.
art room, in the purple section, the goal is that those renovated by September.
So when the greens are done, then the oranges can move upstairs and start working out of the greens, and then the oranges will be finished off. So we're looking next year, from the start of the summer through the next school year, the science labs will be done.
It'll be a good objective once we start.
All right, wait. The orange rooms will be done by the start of next school year.
I'm not sure if I start next school year, but close sometime in the fall, it all depends.
So we're starting with the art room.
The art room is going to be moved this spring. The science room.
Yeah, room is moving a couple of pieces downstairs.
It's a little more than that.
I get it, but, so, the orange is renovation, so, and I understand that it's bigger than renovations, but we should be full throttle getting the orange done, and getting the green done, because now finances are not holding us up. Because we're not waiting for, according to what you said,
Right, but-
we're not waiting for reimbursement,
But
although,
teaching classes,
not over the summer, I mean,
teaching classes is what's holding us up.
So
we're
over the
still-
summer?
No, there is more than can physically be done in one summer. So it's going to have to spill into September, October. So this is why it has to be in a phased in.
Okay, September, October. one thing. Going into the January, February, whatever, is a different thing.
I think we're going to.
Right. And you're going to go full throttle with all of these renovations, right? I mean, I want to just make it clear that if it costs and I don't mean to say a few extra dollars, I get that. We want to be frugal, we want to do the right thing, but we also need to get this done.
When the school year ends, we will start to demolish the first floor classrooms to get to the second floor. We will start to do the same thing on the second floor.
So I
Remember,
actually,
there are 5 weeks to the summer, 6 weeks. There's a big event needs to get done. There's a lot of work that has to get done within 5 weeks. Then we have to clean the building, we have to clean the building around it to get the kids back in. So it's not that much time, but we will go through it.
so the bottom line for me is, when school opens in September, will we have enough usable science lab space for the number of students who need it?
Yes, this is why we're phasing it in. So we're maintaining that swing space while the primary construction is being done.
Mr. Senior, I think it might be helpful for the committee, just so we can visualize this a little bit better. Is there any way that we can create, Mr. Senior, some sort of timeline?
Right.
Understanding those timelines change, understanding that, but
We'll have a timeline sometime in February, once we did everything up, so we know what we're doing and how long it's going to take, and other prices.
This document is hot off the press. We just met with Gilbane and finalized some of the stuff yesterday, so.
understood. It was just a thought for the future. Thank
We
you.
still need to present this to Y to get their approval, but we're on track, that's going to happen. As far as the elementary edition, that was only August 15th, it's not a problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, back to you, Superintendent.
All right, so the second part was, I gave an enrollment update last time, and there was a question on the NASDAQ projections for next year, for this year, in fact. There will be about 9,300 students off, and so the request was to contact NASDAQ and find out what happened. So I have up there on the screen, along with in the handout, the response from NASDAQ. So NASDAQ forecasts fell within 93 students of the K-12 total. In the near term, the K-12 enrollment appears to be in a slight decline, about 13 students per year, with some elementary students attending the Ridesway Oral Academy. Although the decline appears to be continuing in years 4 to 10, those declines may not occur given the residential construction currently under consideration. With a strong economy, the district enrollment could flatten out. A lot of economic questions may be resolved in the changing interest rates in 2019-2020. So essentially, not much of an answer to the question. Right? So the way I'm looking at it, and you had asked me about NASDAQ in general, and so we didn't pay for the demographics. The way NASDAQ structures its payment is that this comes free. You belong to it as an organization, which gives other things, one of them happening to be a demographic study. So to say we paid for this and it was wrong, we could also technically say we didn't pay for it. We belong to the organization. This is a service of the organization. They have other services, which in the past we haven't used. There's one that we haven't used that I'd like to use, I'd like to try it out. And that's a special ed demographic projection. So what I would like to do, however, is, and I've spoken with some other superintendents, is look at another company to do demography. And that would be something we might put our RFP out collectively for next year and see what the pricing looks like. But right now, no, we didn't really get much of an answer as to why there were 100 students off. We also do know, and some of the things that I'm pointing out in the budget book and in the strategic plan going forward, we have some construction projects coming up in the town that's going to have a tremendous impact on our schools. So whether it's Ridgewood Estates, whether it's the low-income housing at the Tupperware building, plus also at Rye, the governor's proposal for universal PK that requires space and staff. So we have a number of things coming down the pike that, yes, although we may be losing some students now and our enrollment is declining slightly, that could change very rapidly in the next couple of years.
Quick question. In terms of the enrollment, did you talk to any of the other superintendents to find out if they saw similar discrepancies between their NASDAQ projections
They
from
did.
previous years?
They do. Yeah, so, and some of the superintendents I spoke to, we agreed that it might be worth putting an RFP out there and taking a look at some of the companies.
So we would cancel our membership, obviously.
Yeah, so what we're getting out of them right now is this report, a special ed report, if we choose to do it, some subscriptions to industry journals, and I get a lot of sweet job descriptions of superintendent openings all around the Northeast. So, there's that. So I would lose that sort of, that all these new jobs are coming to me that I can consider. I would lose that if we missed it. So
He and Claire haven't gotten any lately.
Sherry's hiding them. She doesn't put them in our mail anymore.
What does that cost us a year? Just, out of
It's 2,200.
All right, thank you. And did you communicate that to Mr. Clifford?
I have not. I wanted to talk to you first. I can put something in an email.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you should let us know first, but you can send them the response and just send them the statement that we did not pay for